Hi everyone, I haven't made anything, physically made anything for quite a while. I've mostly been concentrating on art journal pages. So I decided to make this for a friend of mine. I was inspired with this sort of wintry, snowy textured look from a project that I saw Karen, who's JBL Scrapper, recently made sort of one of the Michael's balsa boxes, and I liked the sort of frosty wintry feel that she got with that, and that inspired me to go ahead and alter this one, although it doesn't look anything like hers, but the inspiration came from her. I've crackled the whole of the box, and made my own flowers and everything to go on there. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I hope my friend likes it too. I've carried on and done a step-by-step video which follows on after this. So anyway, I hope you like my box and will leave me a comment, and also if you're interested to see how I put it together, carry on with the step-by-step. Thanks, bye now. This is a ready-made box that I bought, ready to alter, and this is brown acrylic paint, and I'm about to paint the whole box in a lovely shade of brown. This is going to be the base coat, and you need to get a good even coverage. I'm not going to do the inside, just the outside. Just slapping it on there. The box is painted, and I also went ahead afterwards and painted it with a coat of Crackle Medium. Stop waving it about, Lynn. There we go. Folkart Crackle Medium. I put quite a thick, even coat of that all over, and then left it overnight to dry. Here I am giving you some hand signals that that's what I did, painted it all over. So the next step was to paint another coat of acrylic paint, and I used this Tapioca colour, which was also Folkart paint. You need to put a good coat of this on as well, and make sure that you paint it in one direction, not the pot group, but the paint. So you need to get nice even strokes doing this. So now I've speeded the recording up super fast, and if you watch the screen you'll see it start to crack before your very eyes. Absolutely amazing. I love this stuff. It's probably the best Crackle Medium that I've ever used. Look at it, it's going, it's cracking. It's so simple to do, and you get such a good result. So I thoroughly recommend that. Folkart. So now it's all finished, lovely and cracked. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. In fact, I'm absolutely amazed that it turned out so well. Very happy. The next thing that I did was give it a coat of matte varnish, just to protect the crackle you know, from any hard wearing that it might get afterwards. I just applied that liberally all over both sides of the box and then left it to dry afterwards. Once that was dry, I started hot gluing on some lovely gathered lace around the top edge. I always sort of look a bit cack-handed doing this, but I'm always burning myself, so I have to be careful so as not to cause myself any major injury. Okay, here I'm showing you that I'm about to paint the clock with the brown acrylic paint. Yes, that's it. Put something underneath it so you don't make a mess. Oh, but look, typical. There you go. Push the pad straight into the brown paint. That's me. Messy crafter superb. Usually I end up putting my fingers in it or whacking the paintbrush on something else when I don't mean to, and then putting paint on other things that weren't supposed to be painted. But hey, that's all the fun of crafting, isn't it? The cleaning up afterwards. So I'm going to give this 2 coats on both sides. Now I'm drying it a bit with the heat gun, and I'm going to give it another coat after that. Now I've done some cutouts with the Tim Holtz tattered Pinecone die, and here I'm showing you how I'm bending all the little points over as per Tim's instructions on one of his videos. It doesn't really take too long to do, and it all sort of adds to the pinecone effect. I've cut this out of some brown cardstock, and the pink ones I've cut also from cardstock, and they're going to be roses, slight variation on the pine cones. Next, Tim said to bend each one in half along the middle, so I'm whizzing along doing that. Yeah, that's it. Show what you're doing. Okay, the next thing he did was got a cocktail stick and put some glue. Oh no, yeah, first of all I found it better if you just roll the end of it before you glue. Yeah, okay, then that will do. Stick some glue on the end of your cocktail stick, and then trying not to severely burn your fingers, roll that bit over and let it harden. So it helps to have a bit of fingernail. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And then once that's dry, start rolling. That's it, you got the hang of it now. And then the little bit at the end sort of hooks around the stick, and then you can sort of manipulate it, pull it up and down. Bend the little sides a bit more to make them more pinecone-y. And then, yeah, tighten it up again, and a pinecone sort of sticks out a bit more than a rose, because at the moment it looks a bit like a brown rose. That's it, push it up. Yeah, whack on some glue. Nice tattered pinecone. And then I go off to do the same thing again with the other pinecone and the rose cutouts. Rightio, I've prepared all my bits and pieces, and there I'm showing you that I'm going to use some Snowtex to give it a nice wintry, snowy feel. Oh yeah, here comes the pad again. Blob some on. That's the technical term for it, blobbing. And then as well, as you will see in a minute, I decide to shake some very fine glitter on the top as well. No, not yet. I'm jumping the gun a bit there. There we go, there goes the glitter. I couldn't get it out of the pot, so I had to make a hole in it. But it works, and in fact it's a good way to sprinkle it. There we go, now I'm going to put some more onto the clock. Just gives it that little bit extra sparkle on the snow. Okay, all my bits are prepared and Snowtexed, and now I'm just showing you some braids that I'm going to hot glue onto the lace just to finish off that seam along the top. It's quite a fine, delicate Chinese braid that I had in my stash, and I thought it would look very pretty as a lot of the accents that I've put onto the in with the decorations that are going to go on are golden. I'm just showing you this silicone rubber tip tool that I have that I'm going to use to help press the braid into the hot glue, because as I've told you before, I'm always burning my fingers, so I thought I would use that to save myself some pain. I don't think there's a bit of skin on the end of my index finger and thumb that haven't been replaced since burning it off with hot glue. I've certainly been yelping a few times. I don't know what it is with that stuff, but once it gets on you, you can't seem to get it off quickly, and it just burns and burns. Which is probably why you're advised not to let your children run loose with it, or adults like me that are not really very coordinated. I've got a bit of cheesecloth here that I'm have dyed with Lindys Stamp Gang Creme Brulee, and I'm just putting some little tiny dots of hot glue on here to anchor it, and I don't really want them to show through very much, even though some of it's going to be buried underneath my embellishments. It's just enough to hold it in place. I'm sort of trying to pick the thicker creases so that it'll be hidden underneath. I just wanted to give it a bit of a texture there, shabby vintage, to lay down my pieces on the top. I want some of it to show through. I'm using the half of the Tim Holtz Shabby Clock, or whatever it's called, I can't remember now. And I'm trying to anchor it so that it will stand up. I want it to have a bit of dimension there on the corner. I'm just sort of laying it down at the minute to see how I want it to be. Yeah, and then doing a circus effect with my fingers, holding it down while I try and glue it in place. Again, without burning myself too much. I really like those clocks. I think it's one of my favourite pieces of Tim Holtz. It's quite versatile and makes a nice backdrop to a lot of projects. Actually, at the end of this, when I've finished with all my layers, you can't really see it that much underneath, but it does help sort of lift the leaves and things up off of the box to give it a bit more dimension. Okay, I'm going to speed this up a bit now as it's just me sticking all the pieces on. I don't want to bore you to tears having to watch it in slow-mo. So. Okay, so here's the finished box. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope my friend likes it too, and here I am showing you from all sides. Yep. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thanks very much for watching, and see you all again soon. Bye.